welcome everyone. Welcome to Flora Rubio and Fede Baronti from DEISER, who are tonight's guests. But first of all, happy birthday, DEISER. So I brought a birthday cake and a couple of stormtroopers to guard it. DEISER is 22 years old today, I think. So all grown up, ready to drink alcohol and everything. So you can have a bit of that. So let me shortly introduce our today's presenters. Flora Rubio is head of marketplace sales at DEISER and partner manager. And Fede Baronti is a customer product experience representative. No, support representative. Close enough. You will explain.
Close enough. That's okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
And so, without further ado, Flora, Fede, take it away. Share your screen, and we're looking forward to your presentation.
Okay, thank you very much for the introduction. So let me share the screen now. Okay. Can you see it properly? Yeah, okay, great. So first of all, thank you very much to all of you for being here today. So as we just mentioned, I hope you're all safe despite of the situation. And thank you also to Jörg for the opportunity to join the event. So as I just said, we are traveling from home, so it's a great opportunity for us to talk to the German Atlassian users. So today I'm going to talk mainly about Profields 7, even if we have other apps on the marketplace. We're going to focus on Profields, which is an app that has been recently listed as a staff pick by Atlassian. So Fede will be here for the question at the end of the presentation. So if you've got any question, you can ask directly on the chat box. And let me introduce you now how you can have an effective project tracking in Jira thanks to Profields. So here is today's agenda. So we'll first begin with a brief look in the fundamental problem which are solved by Profields. Then I will cover how to solve those problems and how to get a better project tracking in Jira. So then I will show you a full live demo of how to track your entire portfolio of projects thanks to Profields. And I will show you also some of the features that we consider mandatory to achieve this task. Then I will show you briefly the main new features of Profields 7 that we've launched a few months ago. And at the end, I will share with you some of the tips and the main takeaways of the presentation. And as I just said, so we have a live Q&A session at the end. So again, if you've got any question, any feedback, please feel free to share with us. So before getting to the demo, I think it's important to remind you which problem we are trying to solve thanks to Profields. So it is a fact that over the last 10 years, Jira became the most powerful issue tracker of the market. So as you know, Jira is ideal for any team to get every relevant information in a unique place, okay? But this added value, as you must know, is always and only from the issue level, okay? So that's when we've started to wonder how to go further than this issue level and provide some answer from a higher perspective, where basically our user could track, they could classify and categorize Jira project data. So everything that I'm going to show you today is around project. So basically Profields was made so you could finally be able to do some Jira project tracking and understand a bit better what's going on into your Jira instance. Okay, so this is a bit the image of like how we picture the use of Profields on your Jira instance. So before getting deeper into the tool, I would like to remind who is Profields for. Well, we reckon that anyone in charge of a large portfolio of projects who needs to get a higher level view in Jira would really appreciate Profields. So who are they? So our users are mainly team leads who need to take some strategic decision based on real Jira project data. That can be also a consultant from an Atlassian partner that will be running and classify project for customers, but that can be also a Jira admin. I will show you some of the features that offer Profields that can help in order to save time when you do some Jira administration. So Profields is available for Jira Server, Data Center, and Cloud. But I must say that not all the features I'm going to show you today are available for the cloud version yet. It's definitely part of our strategy to work on the cloud version. We are closely talking to Atlassian also to improve this cloud version, and we're also carefully listening to our users to create the best roadmap for the next year. So let's focus now on how we pretend to give answer to project tracking thanks to Profields. So all the features that we have created in the past few years help our users to improve the project tracking. So first you've got data. So data is a key focus when using Profields, especially thanks to the ability to create custom properties on your project. Then you've got notifications. So this is one of the last features we've released. The feedback of our user is really positive. So basically the same way you can be aware of an issue change in Jira, you will be able to be notified of any relevant change around your project. Then you've got operations. So this feature is highly appreciated by users and more especially by Jira admin, as it helped them to do massive changes on a large amount of projects. So this feature, and I'm going to show you it later, is called bulk operation. So it means that thanks to Profields, you can not only get more data, but you can also operate on them, which is a real game changer for users. Then we've created different views for you to display those project data. So first we had the list view of your project, and now you can have also a release view. So I'm going to show you it during the demo. Then you are also, thanks to Profields, able to follow up on your project. You are able to track critical information for your business, so you cannot lose any information that matters to you or your team. And last but not least, the reporting. So this task is one of the most important when we talk about project tracking. That's why we have decided to improve the reporting in Jira. But so not only with Profields, but also with some integration like with EasyBI, for example. So now that I gave you a bit of context, let me show you how the product looks like. So for this demo, let's pretend you are a project lead, okay? And as a project lead today, you want to identify how many Java projects you've got in your Jira portfolio. So as you may know, Jira cannot give you easily this information, the native version of Jira. So let me show you how Profields can help you with that. So to do so, you open Jira, obviously, and you open the project list tab. Perfect. So here you can see all your projects, and you're gonna add easily some information. So we're gonna pick the programming language, and we're gonna add the project status. So this is really important because what you're seeing is some custom properties you've added thanks to Profields. Okay. So now we're gonna ask the question. So I'm gonna choose in the programming language filter the Java project. And I'm going to pick also all your project as a project lead. So project lead, perfect. So now I'm going to see only your Java project. Then you can also save the filter. So you can create a new one. Let's name it Java project. And if you save it, you will be able to look back at it in the future. So, perfect. So there is a bug, as I can see. I don't know if you can see my screen or not. But basically, okay, so once you've created your filter, so you will be able to look back at it. So here I just show you the first step, how to get more data. And obviously you will be able to follow up on your projects thanks to those data that you've added on your project. So now that I've got more data, I want to receive notification around them. So let's say that you want to know which of your project have changed from last week. So to make it simple, we will keep the same filter, so the Java project 1. And we're gonna create a new subscription. So let's name it weekly subscription. So you decide to follow up on your Java project, so to be aware of any change around this Java project. You can choose to highlight only updated values, and you can pick Monday at 8 AM, for example. Perfect. So if you click on schedule, so here on see subscription, you can see all your past subscriptions. So here you can see the one you just created. And then let's do some massive change. So you can see how it looks like. So if you go back to your Java project and you click on bulk operation, so here you can choose to change the project field. In that case, we'll change some project status. And we'll say that your status will go from ready to ongoing. You click on next, and you confirm that you can update 17 project, and here it is. So now that we've done those changes, as you can see on the right, the change has been made. We will wait until the next Monday and see which kind of email you will receive. So as you can see on your screen, on the right, you can see the updated values with the project status that we've just changed, but you can see also the list of projects that have been updated. So Profields offer different way of receiving notification. So creating a new subscription can be one of them. You can also decide to watch a project, and I'm going to show you later this feature. So let's focus now again on the bulk operation that I just showed you. So Profields offer you the ability to do massive changes on your project. Okay, so this is one of the best features that Profields offer. At least this is something that was told by our customers. But basically, this option offers you the ability to save, sometimes to reduce manual tasks. And now we're going to pretend that your project lead wants to set a new user as a developer across all his Jira portfolio. So to do so, we're going to select this time only your project as a project lead. Perfect. And we're going to do project lead, and we're going to click again on bulk operation. So you can see different options. So here we're going to select role because we want to add a new developer. You're going to add a user. Next. And we're going to say that Flora wants, she will be the new developer. So, and click on next. So here you're going to select 110 projects. So you can confirm. It's really important to be aware of which project you are updating. And here it is. If you expand and scroll down, you can see the entire list of projects that you just updated. So the bulk operation feature is really a must for users. Instead of spending hours doing those changes manually, you can do it in a few clicks, as I just showed you. Obviously, you need to make sure you want to update this project. But again, that can be a real time saver for you, especially as a Jira admin. So now I'm gonna show you what we call the homepage of Profields, which is basically the Jira project navigator. So the same way you will have the Jira issue navigator, here you will have the entire list of projects. So we've done different views. So I'm going to show you both of them. So if we go back to the project tab, sorry, you're going to have the list or the releases. So here, let me show you again the list, and you can select the releases view on this tab. So this is basically a timeline of all your project. So let's go back to your project as a project lead. And we're going to select again the Java project in the programming language filter. Great. So here you can see on the screen that you've got the timeline of all your releases. And if you select one of your projects, like this one, for example, the Profields public backlog, you can expand and see all your releases. What is great also here, if you put the mouse on this circle here, awesome, you can see like a pop of information with some information related to your release, like the status of your project, start date, release date. I'm going to show you it a bit later, a bit deeper of this feature. But I really want to focus on this one. One, because it's new. We've released it in January. It was really asked by a customer to add this view, but also because we really think that can be a great asset for any software team. But also outside from here, like let's imagine your marketing department, for example, they want to be aware of your next release. And then you know, like they can use the release view and they don't have to ask to the software team. They can check and get ready for the next release without even asking. So Profields can be also a good tool to break silos, to improve the communication also. Great. So now that I've shown you like some of the main features, I think it's time for me to show you how your project looks like thanks to Profields. So to improve the follow-up of your project, we've created what we call like a layout, which is basically a box of information on your project. Okay, so let me show you how it looks like. So if you click on any of your projects, this one, for example, this is the layout. Okay, so this is really important. This is where you configure all the information you want to see around your project. You can also change information. Like for example, you can change your status. So here it's on ongoing. We can put it on live. You can change the priority, budget, any information that matters to your business. You can also see the history of change that has been made on your project, which give you a bit of insight also. Like what are the updated value, who has made the change also, when, etc., etc. So, and the last feature also here, which is great, is the watch project. So if you want to follow up on one specific project and to be aware of a live change, well, you can decide to start watching the project and you will receive an email that gives you a bit of context around this change. So in terms of follow-up, that's pretty much it. Now the last one will be the reporting. So as I mentioned before, the reporting is really important when we talk about project tracking. And because we know gadget and dashboard are really important for the Jira users, we have decided to optimize them. So we have created new gadgets. So this time our project lead wants to know how many project per programming language he's got in his portfolio. Sorry. So to do so, let's open dashboard. We're going to open the project follow-up dashboard. All the gadgets that you can see on the screen, there are Profields gadgets. Okay, so you can check out documentation if you want to know more. But basically here we're going to add a new gadget. Let's select one of the Profields gadgets we've got. So let's pick this one, the pie chart gadget. Great, and we're going to configure it. So it's really easy. You can first choose the data source. So from any filter that you would have previously created, you can choose the field that matters. So remember that this time we want to know about programming language. Great, and you can choose the type of chart you want. Awesome. Perfect. So here you can see like a real-time breakdown of your programming language. So you can see, for example, that you've got 12.5% of Java project in your portfolio, which can be a great information if you want to manage your resources, for example. So obviously here we've decided to select programming language. You can select any filter that that matters to you. So that's pretty much it. So I've shown you all the features I wanted to show you. Obviously the most important here is to realize that Profil is not only custom field, but it can really help when you need to do some project tracking, and especially high-level project tracking in your Jira instance. So before going to the Q&A, I want to show you what are the new features we've released in January. So obviously we had some good improvement and new features, but the main one are first the releases view. So I just show you briefly, but I want to go a bit deeper into this view. So as you saw earlier, release view is basically a timeline of all your product version. So you can not only see your version, but you can also select them by criteria. That, let's say you want to select only your unreleased project, your release project, etc., etc. So that can be another good way of managing your releases. Then you can also select the time frame that matters. So let's say you want to see only your releases from October last year and June. So here you can see both like past and next releases. You can also change information directly from the pop-up I show you. So you can change the release date, for example. You can change also the status. So what is important to mention here is that not all the users will be able to change the information, meaning that in Profil we have created what we call the Profil administrator, which is basically a role that helps you to delegate some permission. Okay, so only some exclusive users will be able to change those information. Great, and the other new features I wanted to show is, well, the integration with automation for Jira. So as you may be aware, automation for Jira is now an app from Atlassian. So we are really proud of this integration, and especially because a lot of our users were asking for this integration. So just so you know, this integration is part of a few other marketplace integrations. So we are integrated with some really strong apps such as EasyBI or Elements Connect. And actually we've done a webinar, I think it was 2 weeks ago. This webinar was around the integration between EasyBI, Elements Connect, and Profields. So if you want to know more, you can watch on our YouTube channel. It was pretty efficient to understand a bit better of each tool, and especially the integration of each of them. But yeah, going back to the integration with automations. So for those who don't know automation, it's an app that helps to create automatic rule, okay? And you can also create some tasks without having to manage a custom script. So obviously our customer were asking for this integration to get automatic rule, but on the project level, okay? So if you see on the screen, there is like 3 new triggers. So you can recognize the Profields logo. And basically those triggers are like when a project is created, when a project field value is updated, but also when a project is deleted, okay? So we are already thinking of some other improvements in the future, but right now this is what's available for this integration. So let me show you how it works. So first, we are going to create a new rule. Great. So we're going to pick when an issue is created. So let's save it. We're going to decide that when an issue is created, we're going to update a project. Okay. And we're going to decide that the same project of this issue that is going to be created is going to be updated. Then you can choose what is going to be updated. So in that case, we can change the status, for example. Let's put it on live. Then you're going to save it, and you can name your your new rule. So you can choose a descriptive title like status goes live when an issue is created. Perfect, then you turn it on. And let's pick now a project that is now live, not live, obviously. So this one is already perfect. So we're gonna create a new issue on this project. So let's name it new issue. Perfect, and you create it. So as you can see, it's still on ready. So we're gonna wait a few seconds so automation can proceed. And if you refresh the page, perfect. So here you can see that your status has been updated because you've created a new issue. So obviously there is a lot of use cases for these integrations. So we've put some of them on our website. So if you want to know a bit more of this integration, you can go on our website and check the use cases we've created for you. Great, so before going to the Q&A session, I first hope you enjoy what you've seen. I've tried to keep a light demo as we are all overwhelmed with a lot of information, but I hope it was useful. Obviously, if you want to know more, especially around the configuration of the tool, you can reach me directly and we can plan another more technical demo. And especially if you want to see a bit more around the integration on anything, you can reach us. But now I hope it's clear for everyone that Profile is much more than fields. Okay, it can be really a good asset when you need to solve the task of cleaning your portfolio and bring you like deep project insight. Actually, we've got also a use case around how to do audit on large Jira instance, thanks to Profields. We've done it for one of our customer and it was pretty successful. So you can also reach us if you want these use cases. Then obviously Profields can be a good asset to see all your projects in a unique place, especially thanks to the views we have created. We're already thinking of some new views in the future, but right now we are offering two types of views. Then you've got the bulk operation that can help you to gain control and save time. We've got also the integration with automation that can be also a good way of saving time. And last but not least, the real-time reporting. So again, not only with the gadget we have created, but also thanks to the integration with other apps such as EasyBI or Exporter. So I hope you enjoy the session. And now it's your time, Fede, to take the mic.
Well, thank you very much, Flora. Well, that was really nicely explained and really well done. Thank you very much. And well, if you have any questions, please write them down. And if you, it was really well explained. So if you don't have any questions and later you seem to be reading about Profields or you install Profields and you have some more questions about it, please don't hesitate on asking Flora or even reporting a support request through our support portal in the Atlassian Marketplace. We'll be really glad to answer any of your questions.
So let me just promote everyone to panelist.
Okay.
And that's already going on. So in a couple of seconds, you should all be able to unmute yourself and share your video if you like, if you have a question. Don't be shy. Nobody's biting.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
So, could you end your screen sharing, Flora? That would be great because then we have.
Here it is.
So, we are all here. We should be all here.
Nice.
Does anybody have a question? And if you have a question, please introduce yourself shortly so that Flora and Fede know who they are talking to. Silence.
No question. It means it was clear.
No
then.
question.
Yeah, it means it was really understandable and clear.
Okay.
I have a little strange question. Where do you come from? I didn't check your website, and I wonder.
Yeah, so actually it's a good question. So DEISER is an Atlassian solution partner here in Spain.
Spain.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I'm actually from France, but like the entire team is Spanish.
Yeah, well, there's some. Well, I'm originally from Argentina.
Yes, sorry, Fede.
Don't worry, don't worry. We're so used to each other that we're all Spanish now.
But it's a company in Spain, yes?
Yes, so
am I right?
We are a solution partner, but also top vendors from the market. And today we are celebrating our 22 years. So we are pretty much well known in the Atlassian marketplace and the Atlassian ecosystem.
Thank you.
One question here, Bernhard from eSolution in Munich. One question is, how does it interfere or work together with other project fields like project type and project category? Is this incorporated somehow or works in parallel? How does Profil handle these definitions already?
Well, as you said, they work on parallel mode. You mentioned project category. Project category is a project level, how do you call, a project level field that it will give you properties of a project. Profields works at that level, on a project level. So they work along. You can search for, you can add that property of the category in different screens of your different projects, and you can work with them together in order to filter through different information. As Flora showed you in the issue navigator before, when you want to filter, you can work along with the project category, for example, and the project status, that is a project property that you can create with Profields. I hope that I answered your question.
Okay, thank you. Other question is, how do you keep track of the project properties? Do you have an own database to store it, or as it looks a little bit like issues itself? Is it maybe in a separate project to keep all the project data?
Yeah, the project data, you can create the project properties as fields, as custom fields, but only for projects. Profields provides you with a fields manager where you can create up to 12 different types of fields, going through a text field, list fields, user fields, and even script fields. That data will be stored in the Jira database with Profields' own database tables. So it's really easy. The first thing that we thought about when DEISER created Profields was a way for our users in order to be able to create and manage those fields. It's really easy. It's a really, how do you say, user-friendly list where you can search and you can edit your fields as much as you like, and so on. It's really nice. In this demo that Flora just showed you, you couldn't see the list of fields, the fields manager as we call it. But as soon as you install it, you will be able to see it. We have many videos in YouTube in order for you to see how it works. It's really easy and user friendly. And I think that we have another question here. I hope that I answered that question.
Yeah, thank you very much. Great.
Thank you very much, Bernard, for the question. And now Frank is asking another question. Changing the release date usually bound to the project admin. you mentioned that you introduce another role in the project role. It needs also project admin permissions, right? Yes, it does need project admin permissions. As Flora mentioned before, this new administration, this new Profields manager role is going to be able to do so, but you have to keep in mind that project, Profields administration role will be given to someone that is a project administrator role. So it will be only, this role will be only able to edit the dates on the projects that he has access to. I hope that I explained myself, and I hope that I answered your question. Do you have any more questions?
Can I save these fields as templates? Okay.
Yes, you can set them up on, well, we don't call it template. We call it the project layout, where you can create a layout. It would be like a sheet of your project where you can arrange the fields as you please. And in order for you to have an organization to, in order to see those properties like you want to see them, like your team needs to see them, really well organized. You have a lot of freedom in order to arrange them in any kind of way in different sections. And that template, that layout, that sheet, you can associate, you're going to be able to create different kind of layouts. And then you can assign them to different types of projects or a different project. It's really useful in order to have, as you say, Jörg, a template for your project in order to see the information that you want. I hope that I answered your question.
Yes, you did. And a follow-up question, yes. Can I export those layouts somehow and import them somewhere else?
No, that's a really good question. I'm gonna write it down in order to let our team know that's a really good question. But no, it's not possible to export them at the moment. But it's really good to know that you ask about it. Do you? So we'll take that in mind in order to bring it up with the team, in order to export and maybe import them in another instance. Then Frank has another question. Do you plan a similar view for sprints? Not yet. We don't have that in our plans, but it is also a really nice question in order to bring it up with the team. Sprints are, there might be a little different, and they might be on another level, as in issue level, right? But it would be nice to bring it up with the team in order to see if we can apply something like that. That's a really nice question too. I'm writing them down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Feedback.
We are recording everything, so you can watch it again.
Really nice.
Any other questions?
Okay, let me see. Okay, no, there you go. Because it was the other window, I have the questions window minimized down there, so there's no questions there. Cool.
Okay. Any other questions?
So yeah. Well, remember that I would be really glad to answer the questions. Maybe sometimes when we had other webinars or maybe demos, people realized that after reviewing the information that we just gave them our Profields, more questions popped up in their heads. So you're really welcome to write us down in order for us to answer your question. We'll be more than glad.
And remember that you can find us on community.atlassian.com, where we also have a post regarding this webinar. And Flora, I think you are a member of our group, and Fede, I think I saw you around as well. So if you have any questions or want to continue discussions there, you can just add that to the post, and we can also use that for discussions. And of course, I will add on every link and everything that was mentioned today in the show notes to the video, so that will be available as well. Any other questions?
No.
Going once, going twice, and gone. Thank you very much. Thank you, Flora and Fede.
Thanks to you for organizing.
Thank you for your presentation. Happy birthday again, and I hope we find some way to celebrate this year properly somewhere in person. Until then, all the best and stay healthy.
Thank you.
Just a short reminder, we will be back next Monday with Sonia Siderova from NAVE, talking about Kanban analytics in Jira. And you can, of course, find a talk for every afternoon of the week at 4 p.m. on No Cabin Fever Today. That's no.cabin-fever.today. So see you around either there or next Monday on this screen. So with that, thank you again. Have a nice evening. Have a nice day wherever you are. And yeah, hope to see you around. Thank you.